everybody, Miss Brittany here. Today for our first segment of Kids Can Cook, we're making one of my favorites, Oreo balls. Okay, so for the Oreo balls, you're only going to need 3 ingredients. There are a couple of optional things, but there are 3 main things that you will need. You're going to need a pack of regular Oreos or chocolate sandwich cookies. You're going to need some chocolate chips. We're gonna put these aside until later. And you're going to need 1 block of cream cheese. It's better if you soften it a little bit. It will just be easier to work with. So we're going to go ahead and we're gonna open these Oreos and dump them all in our bowl. So with this part, you could either crush them in a bowl with a masher, or you could put them in a Ziploc baggie and use a rolling pin. We are going to use all of the Oreos. If you want, you could leave 1 or 2 of the Oreos behind to crush up later and sprinkle on top, but that is totally up to you. Okay, now that they're all in our bowl, we're gonna go ahead and crush them up. Don't be afraid to take your time. You don't want Oreo crumbs everywhere. I've done that before. Once you're done mashing your Oreos, it should look like this. You could also use a food processor, you just wouldn't be able to put them all in at once. So now that our Oreos are crumbled, I'm going to take our softened cream cheese and we're gonna open it up. And we're just gonna plop it right on it. All right, we don't need this anymore. Okay, I'm gonna take my spoon and kind of just mush it up, for lack of a better word. And then I'm going to blend it with the Oreos. Mine's not super soft, so it's just gonna take me a little bit longer. Just be patient with it. And kind of fold your Oreos into it. Okay, I'm actually abandoning my spoon and I'm gonna use my clean hands to just blend it. Kind of like we're making meatballs. It actually looks a lot better. Okay, now that it's all mixed up, we're going to go ahead. We're gonna grab a little pinch and we're just gonna make it into a little ball or a truffle. So we're gonna go ahead and do that with all of our batter or mixture. And they don't have to be perfect. It all just depends on how you like it. The size could also vary. This one's a little bit smaller and this one's a little bit bigger. Okay, now that we have all of our bowls rolled up, we're gonna go ahead and take out those chocolate chips. If you have melting chocolate, that also works. I'm going to cut them open. I'm just gonna eyeball it. You could always melt more later, but this is about how much I added into my Corningware. Anything that's microwave safe you can use. I'm also going to go ahead and this step is completely optional. I'm going to add some coconut oil. It just kind of helps with the melting and thinning of the chocolate. So I'm gonna add a little less than a tablespoon. I'm gonna plop that right in and kind of just fold it into my chocolate chips. I'm gonna go ahead now and microwave this at 30-second intervals until it's melted. Okay, my chocolate is melted. Let's take a look. Ooh, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to dip my Oreo balls in the chocolate. My secret tool is a fork, and I'm gonna show you just how I do it so that they're not totally filled with chocolate. So I'm gonna plop it in, just kind of turn it over in the chocolate, and then I'm gonna place it on my fork and kind of just give it a shake and let any of the extra chocolate fall back into the dish. We're going to put it on our lined baking sheet now. If you want to add any sprinkles or any of those crushed up Oreos, if you put that aside, now's the time to do it because it won't stick to the dry chocolate. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another one. And I'm just gonna roll it in, put it on my fork, give a little shake, 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 and right back on the baking sheet. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my whole tray. If you find that you're having trouble with your Oreo balls kind of falling apart, then just plop them in the fridge or the freezer for a little bit and let them get a little bit more firm before doing the rest of your chocolate. Okay, now that they are all dipped in chocolate, we're gonna go ahead and pop them in the fridge for about 15 minutes or until we see that the chocolate has hardened. All right, I just took these out of the freezer. Time for the best part. Let's see. So good. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.